Australia is a beautiful country with so much to offer.
If you are coming to Australia for a holiday, to study, for work or business, you'll need to apply for an Australian visa.
We're here to give you helpful information about applying for and being granted an Australian visa. The best place to start is the Australian Government Immigration website, which has lots of information about Australian visas.
It's a good idea to find out as much as you can about a visa before you apply. If you're not sure which visa to apply for, the Find a Visa tool on our website can help. Some visas are free, but most require you to pay a charge with your application. This is not usually refunded, even if your application is unsuccessful.
The information you provide in your application must be correct, complete, and include all supporting documents. If it doesn't, your application could be delayed or refused, costing you time and money.
For most temporary entry visas, the application process is simple. You can create an IMI account and save time by applying for your visa application online. By using IMI account, you can submit, pay for, and manage all online visa applications in one place.
If you need help lodging a visa application, or if your circumstances are complex, you may want to use a migration agent or a lawyer who is registered as a migration agent to help you. In Australia, anyone who provides migration advice for a fee or reward must be registered with the Office of the Migration Agents Registration Authority. The authority's website has more information and a list of registered agents.
Remember, it is your application and your information, even if someone else is helping you.
If you are granted a visa, you'll be able to legally enter and remain in Australia until a stated date or expiry date, and as long as you follow the conditions of your visa. For example, you may not be allowed to work or can only work for a limited number of hours per week.
A visa may only allow you to leave and re-enter Australia a certain number of times, or it may only allow you to enter Australia once. It is very important you understand what a visa will allow you to do. Simply having a visa to enter Australia does not automatically mean you can work or study.
And make sure you apply for the visa that matches what you want to do while you are in Australia. The department conducts checks, and there can be very serious consequences if you are found to have deliberately breached a visa condition. This includes having your visa cancelled or being banned from returning to Australia for up to 3 years.
If you are granted a visa, it will be your responsibility to know your visa's conditions and expiry date. This information is clearly provided in visa grant letters or notifications.
And did you know the department also stores information about granted visas electronically? You can check your visa details at any time online using a free service known as Vivo, or Visa Entitlement Verification Online. Using Vivo, you can check your immigration status and whether you can work or study while you are in Australia. Also, with your permission, Australian employers or other organisations can check your visa details on Vivo.
Remember, you will need to depart Australia by your visa's expiry date, unless you make other arrangements with the Immigration Department beforehand. If something happens which affects your immigration status while you're in Australia, you need to speak with an immigration officer as soon as you can. This might be if you need to stay longer than your visa allows you, or if you want to apply for a different visa.
If you realise your visa has expired, you need to contact the department immediately. There are immigration officers in each state and territory who can help answer your questions and explain your immigration options.
For more information, visit the department's website at imi.gov.au. Enjoy your travels in Australia.
You know, we try and stay stateside for most of these videos, but the video we got the other day from Down Under was too explicit, and the people covering it were acting so American. I thought we had to include that on this channel as well. Now, 2 days later, we get another one that's even worse than that one. 2 large-scale episodes of black mob violence on the same night in Australia, 2 different parts of the country, and you can see the reporters just trying to figure out how not to say what's really going on. Sound familiar?
The bloodiest was in the Victorian capital, where tensions between 2 rival gangs exploded during a popular community festival, and innocent members of the public were caught in the middle. But as Matt Gallant reports, the bitter feud is far from over, with both sides threatening there is more violence to come.
It's the moment violence erupted in the heart of Melbourne as 2 rival gangs clashed. Streets filled with chaos.
My wife, she was just distraught. And I said, just stay behind here. You know, you can't really run anywhere. There's too many of them.
No one was safe. Diners were caught in the crossfire. One innocent bystander was hit in the head with a metal chair.
The screaming, well, that was really terrifying.
As the fight continued, people were forced to seek refuge inside bars and restaurants.
This is insane.
Police arrived to reclaim the streets, but it was too late and they were outnumbered.
The sort of behaviour last night, as I said, will not be tolerated, and we'll be cracking down hard on this particular group.
Russell Mullery captured the carnage on his mobile phone.
I was scared, thinking, what's going to happen? Does anyone have any weapons? Is anyone going to get seriously hurt?
Police arrested 4 men. One was allegedly armed with a taser, but countless escaped. One man was taken to hospital with serious head injuries. During the brawl, which lasted around 20 minutes, a young man with a megaphone was inciting more violence, saying things like, "We warned you, and this isn't over."
You can clearly tell that it was a very well-planned event.
That fear they promote, that's what would put chills in anybody's up their spine.
Restaurants were forced to shut their doors for hours as police locked down the area.
I was very, very scared. Even police came. Police advised us, if you can shut the door, because there are some people, they are fighting and they are going shop inside and they are robbing.
The fight was promoted on social media as part of an ongoing feud between rival gangs called Apex and Islander 23.
If that's the future, God help us, I tell you, that's very scary. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
And our reporter Matt Gallant joins us now from Melbourne. Matt, will police roll out extra officers there tonight?
Natasha, more than 100 extra police officers will be deployed here to Melbourne following further threats of violence. The gang Apex has taken to social media, issuing a call to arms for tonight. But that's of particular concern, with tens of thousands of people expected to flock here again to the city for the Moomba Festival. As you can see behind me, it's well underway. Police have created a special task force that has been investigating this gang for several months, but officers have assured the public is safe and families should come to the city to enjoy the entertainment.
Matt, thank you. Meantime, in New South Wales, police also faced a very violent night in Sydney's CBD. They were forced to break up a series of brawls between dozens of men and women spanning an entire city block. The violence escalated as a mob egged them on. Elisa Throden reports.
Police call this a normal Saturday night. It's just past 3 in the morning, and despite Sydney's lockout laws to prevent this kind of violence, it's on. Just as one fight is contained, another is breaking out around the corner. Officers from 3 city stations try to calm the crowd as men and women brawl for up to an hour.
They're sitting down!
30 people were involved, with dozens more egging them on.
Chaos. Madness last night.
Nightclub security guard Chris Lomanzuk is used to seeing fights, but nothing like this.
It's the worst thing I've seen probably in the last, how long the lockout law is now? 15 months?
It's believed they'd all been at a concert at the Metro, raising money for victims of the cyclone in Fiji.
From what I understand, it was a single group. Whether those people all knew each other or not, we're trying to work that all out.
Police don't know what provoked the brawls.
Wow, I see these Australian reporters have been taking some lessons from their American cousins. This is nothing to worry about. We're going to crack down on these guys. So come back down to the Central Business District, which they like to call their downtowns over there. Come on down, have lots of fun, because everything's okay. Nothing to worry about. This never happened before, never happened again. because everything's just fine. And whatever you do, don't forget what the Yanks love to say when confronted with the same kind of out-of-control black mob violence. Don't make the black kids angry.